Hi guys, welcome back to R5 Adventures. You guys have been waiting for it. We're about to sell the baits. They're coming quick. So we're going to shoot a video of actually shooting the baits. So I measured out our mixture of the Plastisol, which I did off camera. But I got our mixture into my Pyrex cup, so we're going to microwave it. Microwaving time is going to vary depending on your microwave wattage and how much you're actually heating up as far as Plastisol goes. For this much, I'm mixing up 2 cups. So for this, I usually, on my 1100 watt microwave, I microwave it for about 3 minutes. I mix it up, microwave it for another 3 minutes, mix it up, and I go from there. Usually it takes another 2 minutes. If you do a cup and a cup, so you're still doing 2 cups, but you're doing separate, there's not as much liquid in a cup. It doesn't take as much time. But I have it going right now for 5 minutes. So we're gonna mix it up and halfway through and we'll go from there. Alright guys, when you guys are playing with hot plastic, you guys gotta make sure you have your PPE, which really should be eye protection when you're injecting, but nah. But I at least have my gloves. These are good up to, I believe, 450 degrees. The temps that we're messing with is around 350 degrees, so I'm plenty covered. They're super thick. They got the rubber, kind of like the rubber grip on the palms, help you hold on to things a little bit better. But until I start shooting, I usually just do one glove to actually hold the cup and stuff. That way I can pick up my knife. It's kind of hard to pick it up when you got gloves on, but this way I can pick it up, I can kind of mix, and I'm protected holding the cup. Alright, so I guess while I wait, I have to do this anyway, so while I wait, I'm going to start setting all my molds up. Some of the molds got two screws, a decent chunk of them have 3, and I think one has 4. But I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to kind of skip past it because you guys don't really probably want to see it. But that's what I'm going to end up doing with all my molds, is I'm just going to get them ready, get them locked down, that way I can start shooting when I'm ready to. So it's been about 3 minutes. I'm just going to mix it up, see where we're at. Yeah, we're probably about the halfway point.
Starts out liquid, goes to gel, turns back to liquid.
Alright, so it's been another 2 minutes. Let's see where we're at here. We're actually looking pretty good. We're at 382, so 350. Around the 350 mark is fully cooked. It's going to become completely clear and liquidy. It's going to start off white. It'll go to like a clear gel. It's going to kind of like resemble glue, and then it'll go to clear liquid. So it'll just pour off the spoon, or it'll just pour off the knife. So now we got we have to add our colors. We're in the phase where we're trying to nail down our formula, which is what I talked about in the intro videos. It's about having the formulas, having the mixing spoons, all that stuff. So this color we're going to do is called Flippin' Blue. It's going to be a blue with green flake. And grab another bottle so hopefully the drops come out decent. Alright, so it was about 61. I was shooting for 60, some of them were big drops because I didn't switch the bottles out. Didn't think about it, it's kind of late now, but we're just going to mix it up, see what we got. Yeah, I think we got it.
Looks good from here.
Alright, so on top of the color, what we have to do is we have to add flake. So I'm just going to start off with a 1/4 teaspoon, see how it looks from there. We can always add more. In fact, I think I'm going to. Goal really here is to just mix it up really good, try to get all that glitter stirred up in there. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. See where we're at. We're at about 330. So I'm going to end up popping it back in the microwave for about 20, maybe 30 seconds. And that should get it back up to where we want it to be. Alright, we're about 25 seconds. Just kind of mix it up, shoot a temp. Yep, we're 354, so we are ready to go. So I'm just going to give it a really good stir. Make sure my glitter is all stirred up. This is a point. You definitely want to have your second glove on. Should have oiled it up. Oh well. Here we roll. It's just a big syringe basically. You're going to draw your plastic up. And just steady pressure down. Then hold it for a second. Pop off. As I pop off, I usually fill up the sprue hole. That one kind of just flew out, but I would recommend shooting one, then kind of letting your stuff set up so you can clean it out, shooting your second set of molds. But I'm trying to get this stuff done because I gotta get my pictures done. I'm trying to go live with these baits, so I'm kind of in a hurry. And I'm just going to top everything off really quick here. Inject the rest out. set that to the side, let it cool. I'm going to keep an eye on all my screw holes, make sure they stay topped off. If you don't top it off as your Plastisol cools down, it's going to shrink. And as it shrinks, if you let it go below any of your portholes, you're going to get air bubbles. It's very important to make sure these stay topped off. Some of the molds don't require it. They don't take as much plastic. It's often referred to drinking plastic. Some of your molds are going to drink more plastic than your other ones. So usually, for the most part, most of these I can top them off once, maybe twice, just to be careful. Some of them actually take 3. And then the Do It molds, they were the first batch of molds you guys saw that I got. The Do It molds, I usually don't have to top them off at all. But as we let all this stuff sit, you can actually take the time. Your knife should set up pretty quick where you can just kind of pull it off. I just kind of peel it back until it's at the tip. Then just pull it off. I'll throw it back in. Depending on what Plastisol you use, you don't really want to keep reheating and reheating and reheating, but dead on plastics is usually dead on. So I haven't had a problem reheating anything. The only issue I have is if I'm going to let something sit and I go back to it and heat it back up. That's when I start getting like a little bit of the air bubbles and stuff, but I do have a degassing chamber, which you guys also saw, which usually takes care of all those bubbles. That's just an Allen wrench. Sometimes if you pull it out too quick, it's not set up. You get Plastisol stuck in the tube or your nozzle. And that's just an Allen wrench I used. It's basically the perfect size, which I don't know. None of that. So your perfect size is a 1/4 inch Allen wrench. But it just seems to fit perfectly in the tube. And usually as I let it sit, I'll kind of start picking some of the stuff off the table and off the mold. But these should be set up pretty good by now. These are small and thin. Don't usually take a whole lot of time. And usually you'd be sitting out here for hours and hours shooting these molds to make orders. We're at the point where we're just trying to get space made up so we can actually get shots of them, so we can actually put it out for you guys so you can see what you're looking at and hopefully order some. But that's our baby brush hogs right here. And they come out looking pretty good. You guys can't see what I'm doing now, but probably should have had Crystal's behind the camera, so I probably should have just had her kind of do the camera woman thing for this, but
I can for the rest of them.
So that's the baby brush hog. Now we're gonna move on. Try to clean up some of the stuff first. Alright, let's see how these came out. Alright guys, these are the 8.5 trick worms. It's probably one of my favorite molds to shoot. I usually never have a bad shot out of these. I like holding them up to the light, even though it blinds me. You can actually see if you get any air bubbles or not. They look really good. This is a point though, like I said, we're not only trying to get pictures for you guys so you guys can see what you're ordering, but we're also trying to figure out what we like and how we want them to come out, and that way every time we shoot them we would follow the same formula that we have, and it's consistent baits every single time. So every single time you order that package you're going to get the same color. And these should be the craws. And these craws came out nice. Real happy. I don't know how Crystal feels behind the camera because she's being quiet.
They're looking good. I just don't want to interrupt your talking, so I'm letting you talk. For a change.
Alright, this is our troublesome swim bait. They look really good.
Is that a first?
I guess the trick is to just record it. Pressure's on. So there's our large swim bait. They're 6 inches. You can see the size of my hand.
Every other time one of them comes half done.
Well, it's not always half done, but one usually comes out flawed for the first one. The first time I shoot that mold, I can never seem to get it to shoot right the first time. Every time after the first one, though, it works out fine. And then this is our little wiggler worm. Originally we were going to only do it in red. We were going to call it Red Wiggler, obviously, but I guess it's just going to be called Wiggler because we're doing it in a bunch of different colors.
It's more of a panfish bait.
Yeah, this is not necessarily a bass bait. This is a much smaller worm. So it's more of a panfish style bait. I guess I gotta lay out. I think it's an 18 cavity, I believe. So you gotta pick every one of these 18 off and lay them down. And the key to making these baits is you actually have to lay them straight because they're still curing for the next 24 hours. So if you lay them down and they're crooked or they're kinked in any way, that's the shape they're going to keep. So I gotta be careful. I gotta try to lay them down as straight as I can. So that way when, whether it's I go to use these baits or I go to ship them off to customers, you guys are getting the best baits possible. I put a lot of time and research into this stuff. And I've gained a vast knowledge. And I'm just trying to make quality baits. That way people are going to get what their money, they're paying for. They're getting the money's worth. This is probably my least favorite mold. Just because of this. You can make a bunch of them quick. But you almost need to have somebody out here helping you so you can shoot the mold, and while you're getting everything back together again, heated it back up and getting the mold ready, somebody can be peeling these off. So there's that one. Now we're back to, we gotta heat all this stuff back up because I got 3 more molds I gotta shoot. 4 more molds because I didn't shoot my Senkos. So we're gonna pop that in for, we'll try 2 minutes.
So the Senkos we're currently shooting are not the actual Senkos we'd sell.
Yeah, we're going to discuss that here in a second. But while we're letting the plastisol heat back up, we always don't want to waste time because once it comes out, it's going to be up to temp. We want to be able to shoot. So you always get your molds ready, line back up. Like these are all new molds, so I got all my new molds set up. These Do It molds are kind of easy because you can just clamp them together a lot easier than you can with these molds. But the quality is just not there in my opinion. Paying more money, spending more time waiting for your molds to come in from a reputable place that actually custom makes the molds. I think that's the best route you can possibly go. We're going to shoot all these molds with straight plastisol. Senkos, you always add salt. We're not going to be adding salt because these are just going to be for pictures. These are not going to go out to anybody. Nobody's going to be able to buy these. These are not going to be sellable because they don't have salt. So Dead on Plastic already kind of has like a sinking rate to the plastisol. So our Senkos are not going to need as much salt. And really that's all salt is for. It doesn't, like a lot of people believe it, has stuff to do with hooking up more, keeping fish on the line more. There's nothing that's behind it that's proven it. But what has been proven with salt is that it sinks better, it creates denser baits, so it adds weight. And what that does is it allows you to cast a Senko, especially if you're fishing weightless. It allows you to cast a Senko farther, and it also sinks. And like I said, Dead on Plastics, which is what we use, already kind of has a really good sink rate to it. So when we add salt, we don't have to add nearly as much salt, which actually makes your bait stronger. The more salt you put in a bait, the weaker it gets. Not to mention, salt actually allows your bait to get waterlogged, and having your bait waterlogged, especially over a period of time, destroys the bait before you even fish it. But I heated it up. 2 minutes was the first time you just saw me mix it up. I threw it back in for another minute. It should be good. We're going to see how it looks when it comes out. Looks like we're probably there. Feels like it. Shoot a tent. Woo! we're way over. That's fine. We're not well over the numbers we want to see. We're well over the numbers I normally shoot at. But if you want to cool it down, all you have to do is sit here and mix it up, which is good for the glitter too. And it just naturally cools. Yeah, see, we already went down almost 15 degrees. So it doesn't take this stuff long to cool off. This is why I keep saying you have your stuff set up, be ready to go, because you don't have a whole lot of time once you pull it out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. So I get my other glove. Dry up. We're going to do Senko first. Top everything back off, and then jerk the rest back out. We're going to let that sit and cool. I'm going to keep an eye on the Senko. Like I said, usually these I don't have to top off too much. But the Senko is one of the seems like worms in general, but Senkos definitely are one of the molds that you really just drink it down.
The shad is another bad one.
Yeah, the shad. The shad is so thick and fat. If you guys ever actually order one from us, you'll be able to see it in person, real in your hand. But the shads are so big and so fat that they tend to drink a lot of plastic too. I think that's basically what it is. Is the bigger and the fatter the bait is, the more it's going to drink. Like these are all smaller baits. You guys saw it when I showed you guys.
And the wigglers don't really drink any down, do they?
No, I don't ever have to top the wigglers off. Yeah, that should be it for the Senkos. So now we're basically just in the wait and see portion. We just kind of wait. We gotta let them sit up. They usually take a few minutes. Especially since I shot them a little hot. Since I shot them a little hot, it's gonna take a little longer for them to cool down. It's not a big deal. And there's our chunk trailers. That's Flippin' Blue. Here's our beaver style bait. Here's our scrubs. And now we can check our Senkos. And there's our Senkos. I believe these are 6 inches. Yeah, they are 6 inches as well. Another little tip too, a lot of people think that you have to cut these with scissors off the sprue or your runner, when it's simply not the case. You guys have been watching it. All you do is simply pull it, and you can't even tell the difference for the most part. Just grab it towards the top, grab your sprue or your runner, and just pull. And there we go. We got 4 Senkos, which is another one of my favorite molds. So that's it. That's all of our molds. You guys have seen all of it shot. But yeah, you guys seen it all shot, and our flipping blue with green flake. So you guys have been waiting for these videos for a while, and we're kind of in tight confinements here with the garage. We're working on setting up another room for it, which will actually open everything up a lot bigger and make it a little easier for us to shoot these videos for you guys. I want to shoot a lot of these videos because I like them. I like watching them. Hopefully you guys will too, especially if you guys are ordering some. So if you guys are ordering them, you know, this gives you a chance to see how they're made. So appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out with us, and you know, if you keep paying attention, looking out for the baits, they're going to be launching really fast here. So just keep your eye out. We'll be sure to notify you guys either on the community tab or another video like this. I appreciate everything you guys have been doing, sticking around, supporting us, showing us love. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.